a tools to live by that's been sitting here in my notes for weeks and we just never get to it because we talk too much.
We need to help. We need to help
Okay.
somebody out.
All right. This is Tools to Live By presented by Vaer Watches, VAER, VaerWatches.com/surf splendor. Will save you 15%. These guys outfit the North Shore lifeguards with watches. They a bunch of people got them for Christmas. I got DMs from people showing me like the wrist shot, like, hey, dude, look what I didn't know what to tell my family, what to get me. And so I told them a Vaer watch and I'm psyched.
Fantastic.
So,
I wear mine literally. I've been on such a surf binge. I am 7 days in a row and counting. I think this is the most in a row surf I've done in a while. There every single time because I'm perpetually, I shouldn't say, but I need a to know what time it is in the water. So I throw my Veyor on, knowing what time it is, bang.
I wear mine in the water. I wear it all around. It still looks brand new. This thing's
Yeah.
like over a year old. It's unscratched, brand new. It's surgical grade steel, sapphire crystal. So incredible quality, and looks great.
Yeah.
Functional, all of it. So go to VayerWatches.com/surf splendor. And we are going to provide a tool to live by for this listener who wrote in and said, um, this is for the middle-aged SoCal surfer dad who loves to post their respective intermediate, maybe upper intermediate, and maybe even lower level advanced photos of themselves surfing. I haven't read this one to you, have I?
No.
Okay, cool. I've read it a number of times myself, so I forget what goes on there and what doesn't. He says, I know you've discussed versions of this using a surf shot as your profile pic or whatever Elo was doing, posting back in the day when he was passing or posing to be ingratiated into our community, but immediately abandoned us when he was banished. As far as off-putting and self-aggrandizing as it is to post photos of yourself, what is really cringy is when the middle-aged surf dad seems to fancy himself some kind of semi-professional surf influencer. This offense includes shout-outs to various well-known surfers in the lineup that day, name dropping and hashtagging their respective surf brands and photographer, and perhaps the worst, breaking down a certain wave that they rode in the caption, or even giving a freaking diatribe about their entire session. All caps, nobody cares. Pretty sure most of these guys are not sponsored, even if they were once upon a time. And yet they are trying so desperately hard to stay relevant and fit in with the scene of the younger kids at Seaside Reef, Trestles, etc. Please note, I'm in no way talking about the legit middle-aged professionals who absolutely still rip, i.e., Devin Howard and the like. Or now that I think about it, maybe just Devin Howard because he's a singular exception. No, I mean the friends of them who are professional adjacent to some degree, but still see themselves through the blurry lens of inflated egos. Like I said, it's all rather cringe and just comes off as pretentious and pretending. Just drink a coffee, paddle out, get a couple boggy cutbacks in, don't post it, do it again tomorrow. And as always, keep work. I digress. Luke in Carlsbad.
Thank you, Luke. Absolutely true. I think nobody cares. Nobody cares about, there's too much good content out there. Let's just be quite
True.
frank. And let's also be quite frank. It's undignified. It's undignified for a middle-aged man to be doing this kind of behavior. I'm going to say if you are a young kid at Carlsbad High School, post all the surf shots you want. Have at it. You'll learn later that it's not the best look unless you're absolutely slaying, but you got to go through that process. You have to live that yourself. But for you, middle-aged man, you've lived that. Stop doing it. It is not cool.
For me, this becomes a question of how many photos can you post before it morphs into this. Like we've all seen it happen where I don't know, you go on a surf trip, let's say, or you've even felt inclined. You go on a surf trip and you get a photo of yourself, maybe you post that. But if your feed morphs into, you know, now there's more photos of you surfing than there is of your family or whatever, that's where ego, I think, has taken over. And that's the distasteful part about it.
This is a tool to live by. I'm going to put an easy, hard number on it. You get 3 a year. You get 3 surf shots per year. And so that'll make you, if you're inclined to post a surf shot, really think, is this one going to be one of my 3?
Three is a great number, but that depends how many other posts you're doing a year. If you're
Sure. I
doing
mean, if you got
12
nothing,
total posts a year, three's a bit much.
that's true. I mean, it has to be
A
okay.
ratio.
So two rules to live by here. Re this. You get three a year, unless and or it has to be at a one. I think you're exactly right. It has to be at a 1 to 12 ratio.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah.
There's also a distinction here that I think is worth noting. I actually want to watch Devin Howard surf.
Yes.
I want to watch Brett Simpson surf my local beach to see how he's doing it because guess what? I'm taking notes. That is the reason why I'm watching. So by all means, Devin, go 90% surfing
More.
posts. Yeah,
More Devin.
exactly.
More Brett.
But if you are Kevin Miller and you post a photo of yourself from a trip, I'm going to let you get away with that. I don't want to, I'm not taking notes when I see your post, but I like that you had a good time on your trip. So I'm going to look and I'm going to appreciate that one photo, one of 12 in
One
your posts.
and not 1 of 12. Sorry, the 1 of 12 is only the ratio if you only have 12 photos on your Instagram. You don't get 1 of 12 normal. You get three. If you have more than, I'm gonna say if you post more than 20 times a year, then you get, I'm gonna say even you if you post more than 30 times a year, then you get three.
Yeah. And I'm
Uh,
going to like that post, even if I'm not taking notes from your style. You pointed your board towards 2 o'clock. Wasn't vert, but you were getting it. You were having a good time on your trip. So I can appreciate that you had fun. But
That's it.
let's
That's what you're
not
appreciating. You're not appreciating the surfing in any way, shape, or form. You are
exactly.
appreciating the fact, okay, so we got a tough one here though, because we have Kevin Miller and then we have John Brooks, where I will look at a John Brooks photo and say, he's getting pretty barreled. I will appreciate John Brooks's surfing, also appreciating that he's having a good time, but I still don't want to see multiple John Brooks. I only want to see three a year, Brooks.
Exactly. Um, now I have a question for you. Why why do we feel so judgmental about this specific thing? Like I don't think I feel this judgmental about people posting other things, it's
Because
specific to surfing.
this is what we spend, for better or worse, our entire waking hours thinking about, talking about, writing about, et cetera, et cetera. And not necessarily for love of the thing, right? I mean, of course, we love surfing, but this is the, whether we chose this career or this career chose us, this is what we do. And so it would be like if we were living, eating, breathing, sleeping, talking, baking, and then somebody kept posting crappy versions of the cake they were baking, right? We'd
Yeah.
be like, stop, no
Yeah.
more. If you're not an expert baker, don't want to see it, and give them the same exact advice of you get three crap cake pictures a year. That's it, right? Like, and so I think it is purely related to our immersion in it.
Okay, good. I was worried it was a reflection of my mental health
No, no,
of being super judgmental.
no, I think it would be if we were talking about any other thing, I feel this rule would still hold. You don't want to see bad versions of a thing you love or a thing you're have to look at all the time. It's
Yeah.
offensive. It's more offensive to you and I because we're in this all the time, right? And so flipping through and seeing stinking Kevin Miller bogging is, again, I'm glad you're having fun, but you're offending me right now, Kevin Miller. You're making me look at something I would prefer not looking at.
I would like to clarify too. Um, Part of the reason I take umbrage is it's showing it's the poster, the person posting is revealing something about themselves accidentally. Like I'm looking at them going, "Ooh, your ego's taken over a little bit. Like I need to check you and get your ego, help you get your ego back in check. Post more photos of your family." That turn was at 2 o'clock. It wasn't at 12 o'clock. Let's not be delusional about your own abilities. So the holding somebody accountable isn't a judgmental thing for me. It's more like, hey, we're friends. I'm your friend, keeping you in check so that you can live your best life.
Because here's a problem with this too. I feel the intermediate, lower intermediate surfer can see a picture of themselves surfing. Their initial reaction will be, ugh, I'm not, this sucks. They'll look at it again and they'll think, you know, this is not so bad. They'll look at it again, think, well, I'm kind of getting barreled. Like it's almost a barrel shot. They'll look at it again and say, that's a barrel. My back arm is definitely tubed. They'll post it, and they will have worked themselves through a process of complete self I don't know, self delusion, where now they actually think that's a good surf shot. That's why I got posted. And so to keep it real, no, your initial reaction of ugh was the right reaction related to that surf shop, and you just posted ugh for everyone to see.
Yep. Earmark this audio portion of the show and come back and listen to it anytime you get photos of yourself surfing, just as a reminder.
Kevin Miller.
You start feeling that inclination to post. By the way, I don't think Kevin's ever posted a surf photo of himself. I don't know why he became the guy that we were making fun of. Sorry, Kevin. It is like all family photos. There's no surf photos.
No.
And I like seeing his family photos. So
Yeah,
keep it up, Kevin.
keep
All right.
going.
Well, we've solved it. Thank you, Vayer, for your help in this. We appreciate that. And I think that brings us to commercial break.